Iraq's Prime Minister Haider al-Abadi has said that the town of Tal Afar in the north is completely free from Daesh. Iraqi forces, backed by the US, launched an offensive 10 days ago. More fighting is reported in the nearby town of Ayadiya. Well, let's get more on that ongoing operation from retired Brigadier General Mark Kimmitt. He's also a former Assistant Secretary of State for Political and Military Affairs, and he joins me now from Istanbul. So how reliable then is this victory declaration of Iraqi forces?
Oh, I'm sure the Prime Minister was making the right announcement. Certainly there'll be a few leftover personnel inside the city, but fundamentally they've swept through the city and it's now under the control of the Iraqi security forces.
And how strategically important is this part of the country?
Oh, I think it's very important. This is the last major city before the Iraqi security forces get to the border with Syria, and this will be the first opportunity since ISIS attacked in 2014 that they've restored a portion of the border with Syria.
Yes, talking about borders, in the border with Jordan has reopened after 2 years, and that is really important, isn't it, in stabilizing the whole region?
It is. In fact, I just left Baghdad yesterday talking about that very issue. They'll be putting in another border post. They're actually trying to restore the trade between Jordan and Baghdad, and it will have a significant effect on both the economy and the livelihood of the people in Anbar province, which is so critical.
And also the economy in Jordan, presumably.
Sure. I mean, that traditional route into Iraq that starts at the Mediterranean, goes through Jordan, all the way to Baghdad, has been an incredible economic powerhouse for that entire region for a millennium. And to get those roads back open and that commerce started again is important for both sides of the border.
What more do we know about the sources reporting that there's fighting still ongoing in Ayadiya?
Well, again, there's still pockets of resistance throughout different parts of Iraq and certainly in Syria as well. But I think it's important to keep this all in context. Where ISIS was in 2014, the caliphate that ranged all the way from Raqqa almost to the gates of Baghdad, is finally being destroyed. It's probably got 1/20th of the landmass that it had in 2014. And we can already see with some of these prisoner exchanges that are going on inside of Syria that ISIS is really on its back feet, and core ISIS inside of Iraq and Syria is almost defeated.
Indeed, though the effect of their time there is still being felt.
Yeah.
What do we know about some of the people who live in these places in Tal Afar, which has just been liberated?
Well, Tal Afar, like Mosul, like Ramadi, like Fallujah, the old axiom, winning the war is not nearly as difficult as winning the peace. Winning the war is a simple military task. Winning the peace has aspects of humanitarian, it has aspects of governance, restoration of public utilities, getting people back in their houses, and that's going to take a lot of time and a lot of money. But I believe that the Iraqi government and the international community are bearing down on that, and we need to get those people back in to really make sure that winning the peace, which is really how you end this entire conflict, happens as soon as possible.
Okay, Mark Kimmitt, thanks very much indeed.